Hey guys, what's going on? And welcome back to What Shall We Do Next? And today it's Valentine's Day, so happy Valentine's Day if you've got someone. Okay, not all of us can have someone. This video, I thought, you know what, I'm not going to be bitter. Usually I have like a breakdown about Valentine's Day, but I thought today I would do something nice. I would share a little anecdote with you guys, and I would talk about my first girlfriend. And when I say first girlfriend, I mean I was literally like 11, 12 years old, so what's that, like first year of middle school? And I wanted to talk about her a little bit. I've never shared the story with anyone. There really isn't much to it. Being that young, you don't really understand girls yet. But there was this girl. I did briefly mention her in a video I made the other day about my crazy dream that I had about a girl from Montana named Rachel who called me to tell me that she missed me. And in that video I said I did used to know a girl named Rachel. She was the first girl I ever held hands with, and god damn it, that was true. So I'm going to tell you guys the tale of Rachel. I won't say her last name for privacy. Not that it makes a difference. She seems to cease to exist. I've tried looking for her, believe it or not. So I'm around 11 years old. I'm going to paint you guys a little picture here. And I'm at my math class. I remember exactly where I was the moment I set eyes on her. I was in my math class. She was sitting, I was right at the back on the right side of the room. My seat was at the back. And she was seated directly next to me. And I remember looking over her, couldn't keep my eyeballs in my head. I was like, wow, she's cute. And she was just working on her paper, and she never even looked at me. She was very quiet, very shy, and I was just smitten. Of course, some time went on, and I started to get the feelings, the butterflies, you know. We would see each other passing in the halls and stuff like that, and eventually I told my friends that I thought she was cute. And then they told her friends, and then they told her. And she found me cute too. And we agreed to be boyfriend and girlfriend from that moment on, not knowing anything about each other, just that we just said we would be boyfriend and girlfriend. Word got out there. I was a little shy, she was a little shy, so we literally never even talked to each other at all. Even though we were boyfriend and girlfriend, we would wave at each other occasionally. And eventually when the word got out there a little bit and people kind of pushed us together and were like, you know, you're boyfriend and girlfriend, like talk to each other, you know, pass some little I love you notes to each other, whatever kids do at that age. And we were kind of peer pressured into hugging. I remember that very well. We hugged, and then it became like instantly comfortable after that. It was a little awkward the first time because our friends wanted to see us hug, and we did start hugging more often. Like every time it was time to go to another class, we would hug each other. And then it led to a little more than that. I reached second base, I did. Not that second base. I mean like the childish second base. We held hands. And I remember the feeling of holding a girl's hand for the first time in my life. A feeling that I can't even explain. Jesus Christ himself couldn't have prepared me for that sensation. I was just absolutely ass blasted by an overdose of serotonin and dopamine mixed together. There really isn't much more to the story. We got a little more comfortable, like holding hands, hugging each other. We never did kiss. We never got that far into the relationship. We weren't quite ready to take the next step yet. But sadly, the story comes to an end. She had to move schools. She changed to a different school, and I never saw her ever again. Quite the tragic turn of events, I know. But you know what's crazy is I only was dating her for like probably 3 weeks, maybe 4. But occasionally I still look up her name. I remember her last name. I won't tell you her last name, but it began with a K. I remembered also where she lived. I remember having a phone number for her. This was a landline too. This was like back before cell phones existed. Well, they existed, but I didn't have one, and I don't think she did. Not many people had one, only like the popular kids at that time. And even then, it was just like one of those Nokias with like Snake on it. But I remember trying to call her landline one day, and I don't know if I spoke to her mom or I don't know who it was, but it was like a very unusual voice on the other end of the line. It sounded like somebody was very old or sick or dying or something, and I was very nervous. Like, it took me a long time to get up the courage to call her anyway. And after that, I couldn't understand what they were saying. They just sounded like, I don't know. It was a very scary feeling. And I just said, oh, I guess I got the wrong number. And I hung up, and I was like, I can't call back ever again. It was like they couldn't understand me, or I couldn't understand them. I mean, I definitely couldn't understand them. It was definitely a woman on the phone. It sounded like a very old woman. It could have been her grandma, but I was having trouble understanding, and I panicked and just like buttoned her. But yeah, I never ever saw her again, and still to this day, occasionally I do search her name on Facebook. I search her name on like different apps, and I try looking for her in the results, and she's nowhere to be seen. So I never ever saw her ever again. There seems to be a pattern in my love stories, have you noticed? So in the end, she was just another one that got away. They all seem to do that. But anyway, guys, hope you enjoyed this little tale of mine. There really wasn't much to it, honestly. It was just kind of cute and wholesome. It's just a little memory that I still have. I'll see you guys in the next video. Peace out and chase your dreams.